Hello everybody, Princess and the Bear here, and they did it. The crazy, crazy people did it. Toledo's open.
I am so happy right now, you guys, and to have our first restaurant back be the one that we've been asking for the second most.
I think 7 or 8 videos now where I've basically berated Disney into reopening Toledo.
I'm so excited right now.
We were kind of sad because we had to push this reservation off as one of the ones that we had to move, but we were able to get one as our first day back at a Disney property. So let's go get our plant-based food on.
Be sure to remember me.
You heard the girl. Now, do Jika.
Beautiful red wine served chilled. Tastes like pure happiness being under this 1930s Spanish art of a beautiful restaurant with trees in it and a view of Galaxy's Edge. That's what this wine tastes like. All of it. 4 out of 5 grapes.
This place gives the princess illusions of grandeur. I think if she could move into this place and never leave, she probably would. So of course, she asked for a bottle of wine. I gave in, like I always do. But either way.
It's a celebration.
A celebration of Toledo. Ooh, smells good. Ooh, yes. That's some nice texture. It's really smooth. Definitely has some layers of flavor without being too dry, and without being overly sweet. This is probably going to be a wine I try to find to take home. 4.5 out of 5 plus.
Last time we were here, we put the tomato on our pan con tomate ourselves. This time, it is done for us, and still 1,000 times better than Catal, because this is still a 100% Catal hate channel. Wow. You got a nice garlic hit. You got a little bit of red pepper in there. That is beautiful. I would say this is better than Jaleo. I would say this is probably the number 1 now. This is a 5 out of 5 tomatoes for me. This one's the big winning pan con tomate.
The princess just had to mention Catal, and now I feel triggered. I wish nothing but the worst for that restaurant. Everything for its employees, who are super nice. But Catal, I hate that place. With a passion. Now this I do not hate. The smell of pan con tomate always brings back the best memories. And this one just looks beautiful. It's like a boat of bread with a glaze of tomato. You really can't go wrong with this. Definition of a starter is the beginning, something to get you ready. That is definitely this. 4.5 out of 5 claws. I wish the bread was a little bit more toasted, but other than that, it's absolutely amazing. If you've been with us for long enough, and you see the previous video here, You've seen us at No Man's Lounge at Animal Kingdom. You know how much I am addicted to charred octopus. The charred octopus here is slow roasted for 8 hours with a little Romesco sauce and some like fingerling potatoes, and then charred right before it's run to the table. Now I know some of you vegans are a little upset with me because I'm eating something that's both an arm of an animal and suckered and it's charred. But I'm sorry, you guys are going to be upset at me for this one. There are a few things at Disney that I love better than charred octopus. It's good. Nice and savory. Not chewy and perfectly charred. I will say that like the squid ink sort of garnish that you get at No Man's Lounge and Piffin's is better. But this is still like grade A charred octopus. 4 out of 5 claws. I only wish the portions were bigger. And then they also give you like a little sourdough side. They are very big on the sourdough here. Now this is as toasted as I wish the pan con tomate had been. But I get it, it's a thicker bread. Get a little bit of octopus and get that on there. I dedicate this octopus tentacle to Hank. Their bread definitely makes a nice plate for the octopus. Still a 4 out of 5 points. Is this the start of another Princess and the Bear food hack? Octopus and pan con tomate. That's official. That's a 4.5 out of 5 claws. That's definitely a Princess and the Bear food hack. Charred octopus, pan con tomate. Definitely, if you get both of these, try that.
They've replaced the seafood that I liked that was actually like, you know, somewhat cool because it was mushrooms and I enjoyed it. It was like some sort of seafood 3 ways type of dish with this cauliflower steak. Now this part of the steak kind of scares me because it's a little charred. It's, you know, charred. And that char reminds me of the cauliflower steak that we had at Crystal Palace. That cauliflower steak is very popular, but ours was overcooked. So let's see what this is. There's a plant-based Romesco sauce on the bottom here, and then we have a beautiful artichoke sauce on this side. And I got a cool-ass steak knife. So I'm just going to take a little piece over here. It's got a small amount of char. Grab some, well, do I need the veggies? Maybe I'll take a little bit of this greens and some of this on both the sauces on this cauliflower to Toledo. The char doesn't detract from the dish, it adds to it. The Romesco sauce isn't spicy, and then you have like the artichoke sauce that goes with it. It all kind of complements each other very well. It's a nice balance that goes along with it. You have like all the lovely textures. I do feel like a cauliflower steak is a little bit lazy, but this one is nice. I don't know if I would proactively come here for this. There is a pesto in here, actually. I think I missed this. Let me try a little leafy with this pesto. It's good. This dish is good. I miss the old one, but I'm okay with the new one. I embrace it. I'll give it like a 3.5 out of 5 cauliflowers. I'm not sure if I would run to Toledo for this, but it's good.
So I'm always curious when you eat cauliflower steak because they come so many different ways. Some people shave them down so they look like steak sort of thickness. Other people just serve like the cauliflower itself with more of like its original head form, which is basically what this is. Now, the waiter made a couple of good points when he was talking about this, is that basically this dish is more of a better dish for people who are plant-based and don't like things to try to imitate meat dishes. So I get how some people before would have had some issues with mushrooms flavored to be seafood, even if I thought that was a bit more creative than this. But I'm still excited to see how this turns out. Cauliflower steak almost never tastes like steak, but seasoned well enough, you wouldn't even miss it. You definitely need the knife, and I'm always scared to see the princess hold them this big. Not because of my life, but, well, anything sharp and pointy outside of safety scissors is usually a concern for her. A little bit of this plant-based Romesco sauce. A little bit of this artichoke sauce. I definitely want to try to make a plant-based Romesco at home. If you guys already have recipes, you know where to find me. There are a lot of vegetables on this plate. When you get this many vegetables, this many sauces, you get in the danger of like being in salad territory. The char helps with the texture of the cauliflower, so it feels more like a protein with vegetables on the side, even though technically you're basically having a salad. It is good. It's tasty. I don't know if it's better than the seafood mushrooms that we had last time. I would venture as far as say it's not, but it's still pretty good. 3 out of 5 stars.
Gigante! Gigante is a store, but Gigante is also these beans. They are Gigante, Gigante, Gigante. That means giant, in case you didn't know. They're nice. They're smoky, savory. I love these. They melt in your mouth. 5 out of 5 beans. Like, what? These are good. These are better than cauliflower.
We're excited for a plant-based bonanza. We got all the plant-based sides. The first up are these gigantic beans covered in a sauce. I don't know how I feel about this. When I looked at this, I thought it was pasta, but they're actually beans. We try things here. It's a savory bean in like a tomato-based sauce. It melts in your mouth. It's got a good punch to it. It's a good side. Good. 3 out of 5 claws.
We have some beautiful brussies. These brussies were baked and then breaded and then fried. So lots of texture going on these. I don't want to say that these are better than Chef Tony's Brussels sprouts at Le Cellier, but they're number 2. These ones don't have as much flavor as the Cellier Brussels, but the crunch and the char, oh my goodness. This is amazing. I don't even want to share this with Bear. 4.5 out of 5 charred brussies. These Brussels sprouts are some to write home about.
If it's one vegetable that we consistently rave about, it's a well-cooked Brussels sprout on this channel. It also means that when your Brussels sprouts are off, we're definitely going to notice. I'm always intrigued by the process that every chef decides to do the Brussels sprouts. So baked, floured, and then fried sounds good. And they also do like an agave over top, so these should be both like crunchy and sweet, I hope. I feel like the process is similar to what we've had at Le Cellier, which is why the Princess likes these so much. They are very good. But I don't think they beat Le Cellier. It's almost too much agave. And almost so charred that it robbed it of a little bit of flavor. But still top tier. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
When this was served to us, we were told there is a 1 in 10 chance that one of these peppers are going to be hot. But why is there one? This one is probably a hobby. Hobby, maybe? Hobby. Cheers to all the plant-based things, even when they're spicy and covered in tahini, maybe? It's really good, but it's also extremely spicy. And it's the spicy that hits you on the back end. I'm gonna say it's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 on the heat scale. If you like spicy food, this is totally the dish for you. For me, I'm probably gonna have like 3 or 4 more of these, and then I'm probably not gonna have any more. Bear's gonna eat them all, or we're gonna take them to go. And my booty is going to be paying for it tomorrow. 2 out of 5 peppers.
Contrary to popular opinion, I am not a gambling man. I don't like gambling. I like sure things. Now, gambling on the potential heat of a dish, that's more my speed. It's like an adventure almost. So I'm just going to pick one of these at random that I think is going to be super spicy. And we're going to see how far I get. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it Vegas style, and I'm going to double down. So I'm going to take this one random yellow pepper, and I'm going to take this one that looks like it probably has a lot of seeds in it. As my inner island boy says, Chahoo.
Watch, it's like a sweet pepper.
Dang it, man. I was hoping for something super spicy. I got like a 1.5 out of 10 on the spice scale. The flavors are good. I like the peppers. They're well cooked. But I'm not getting the spice I want. The heat's growing, and for me, it's like a front of the mouth spice. But I was hoping for something like peri peri hot, and instead I got like canned jalapeno hot. Let's try one more.
Try 9 more.
This is why I don't gamble. I have the worst luck. Still not any more spicy than the last one. Maybe the Princess ate it all. That's no. 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's an interesting dish. And this is a lot of peppers. It's definitely a shareable side. Nope. It's even less spicy than the last one. Try number 4. There's a lot of seeds. And the seasoning. Still only like a 4 out of 10 on the spice scale. I maintain my 2.5 claw rating. I feel like those peppers are going to come back to haunt me later because my lips are starting to tingle even if I feel no spice in my mouth. We have this beautifully plated dish. This is exactly what I expect from Toledo. I promised you guys last time we came here the next time I would try one of their steaks. Here we have their filet of beef. Cooked medium rare, as all steaks should be. topped with some like aniki mushrooms. We got some chives in here, a little date jam to go on the steak, and then like some pureed potatoes over here. This with a little bit of truffle oil. This is a pretty dish. I'd definitely say if you're trying to treat yourself when you come here, go nuts ordering things. The portion sizes are not huge, but they are all beautiful. Let's get a little bit of that date jam, a little bit of that mushroom there. That's a bite. That filet is beautiful. The date jam, I was kind of on the fence about. I'm not a huge fan of like heavy sauces on my steak, and date is a strong flavor. But that's like a perfect balance, especially with the mushroom. It tastes really good. I'm not a huge steak person, you guys know that, but this is something that, if not for YouTube, I could come and order on the regular and be completely happy. Let's try with a little bit of this pureed mushroom here, or pureed potato, with the mushroom, just a little bit more steak. Oh yeah. Nice and savory. Everything in this dish is perfectly matched together. Give us a 4 out of 5 claws. This is a good steak. I don't think I've had a steak that resonated this well with me probably since Le Cellier. I approve.
We're winding down on our meal. I'm gonna take a lot of this stuff to go so that we can do dessert. Because you know, we love you guys. We're gonna do dessert tonight. But just want to take an extra moment in our video to say cheers to you, our subscribers. We appreciate you, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel because we appreciate you and it really helps us out.
First thing out of the glass, you're going to see it's very syrupy, has that molasses color there.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, so give that on the nose. Molasses, dark cherry, brown sugar,
my goodness.
plum.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, I'll
Nice,
definitely
right?
take a glass of
Oh,
that.
yeah. That's why I always like to
Wow.
recommend the sherries because so many people haven't tried it. And you'll see the legs on there. It's huge.
Yeah,
This is going to be
that
a
is a
3-ounce
beautiful
pour.
sherry.
For our fortified wines, we do a 3-ounce pour for you.
Pedro Jimenez sherry. I haven't had a sherry this smooth since Victoria and Albert's. Oh. 4.5 out of 5 sherries. This is so rich and beautiful. Bear's gonna be mad that he didn't get his own glass.
Now we're in the world of dessert lines. The slippery slope, I think. Ooh, it smells delicious. It smells like a syrup. It's like deeply sweet with like a wine smell like buried underneath. It's definitely a slow slip. Think of a wine the consistency of a really good whiskey. Way sweeter. I give that sherry a 3.5 out of 5 claws. Definitely something as an after dinner treat.
If you guys have been watching our channel since we went to Toledo the first time, you would know that this tiny little avocado mousse right here is my absolute 100% #1 favorite dessert at Walt Disney World. So, it's been like over a year since I've had this. Let's see if it's still my favorite. I'm gonna get the coconut crumble. I'm gonna get the mousse. I'm gonna get this raspberry basil sorbet and a raspberry. Oop. 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 Okay. I put the plate down. Here we go. And a little piece of this. So I got the whole thing in my hand. I got the whole thing in my hand. Yep. Just as amazing as I remember. It's the avocado mousse is the ish. I wish there was more of it. I always thought that this dessert was too small. Like, it's definitely not shareable. The mousse is amazing. The chocolate, avocado chocolate is amazing. And then you pair it with this sherry. Oh, yes. This is the perfect combo. The dessert by itself is like a 4 out of 5 avocados, but when you pair it with the sherry, it's a 5 out of 5. You guys need to come here and try my favorite dessert on Disney World property because it's still my favorite on Disney property.
So the avocado chocolate mousse, of all the desserts we've had, has usually been one of the most inventive and creative that we've seen as far as a plant-based dessert. It's not a basic sherbet. We've seen strawberry-basil sherbet, but something with this sort of design and presentation submitted as a whole, we have been very rare to see anything that comes even remotely close. A little basil, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of that crumble on the side, a little bit of everything, a little bit of fruit as I drop everything that I just gathered. And it's definitely one of those desserts that had a lot of care and thought put in its preparation. The display and the flavors are so amazing. If you're plant-based and you come here, this is a must-get, and it's on my bare necessities list. 5 out of 5 plus. You add the sherry with it. It's a bit heavy on the sweetness for me. As with you guys knowing how picky about desserts, the sherry is good. I don't know if it adds any more to it. Even still, this is a bare necessities. You come here, you must get this. So the infamous Toledo, finally after what, a year and a half almost?
And we're doing our outro in the same spot that we did the last time, where you can see the Galaxy's Edge before. Well, last time we were here, the Galaxy's Edge wasn't even open yet, so we were like, wow!
It's been a while. Rising moon to the rest of you Batuians out
yes,
there. But
yes.
So glad Toledo's reopened. Service is amazing as always.
Food's
the food
amazing,
was amazing
as always.
And I love it. If you guys haven't been here, you need to come here. I don't know why you haven't been here. I'm going to need you to explain yourself in the comments and tell me why.
Tell us
I need
in the comments.
a really good excuse. If there's anywhere else you think is better than Toledo, I'd be willing to entertain that idea. The comments is also going to be a place to find us. Now, Disney.
Jiku. Please.
By the end of the month. Please.
Always
either way.
Gentlemen.
So, until next time, hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video.